track where champions are made. This is BMX racing at SeaTac, Washington. Riders ready. Watch the gate. SeaTac, it's time to fly.
Into that SeaTac turn. Caleb Berry out front in the one, real in that turn. Cromer in that two, Berry in the three, but Caleb out front in the one. Sabre Racing leading it around. Caleb Berry, but Cromer chasing him down. Eli Berry in that three, coming around that last turn though. Caleb Berry out front in the one. Down that last straightaway. Caleb Berry, Cromer, and Eli Berry, 1, 2, and 3. Jamie with that hole shot. Nitro Dizzle out front in the one. Marco M. Bow 2 and 3 into that SeaTac turn. It looks like Nitro Dizzle, Jamie Hall's out front in the one. Marco M. Bow 2 and 3 going into that second turn. Dizzle out front in the one. Leading into that last turn. Jamie in the one. Marco 2 and Bow in the three. But it looks like Jamie Hall's going to get the one. Marco M. Bow 2 and 3. 70-22s are Jackson, Oscar, Blade, and Cameron. Jackson builds a little backwards pedal into that SeaTac turn in a one. Azos in that two. Stewart and Johnston coming around that second turn though. The district champ out front in the one. Revolution Racing. Crazy Legs around that last turn. Jacksonville in the one. Oscar in that two. Blaine and Cameron gonna get the 3 and 4. 41-45 cruiser. Brent, Jesse, Kyle, Kat, and Juan. Kyle Cohen out front in the one. Blue jersey versus black jersey. Psychotherapy 1 and 2. Kyle Cohen out front in the one. Brent and Juan side by side 2 and 3. Jesse and Kat, the Berries racing it out for that 4th place. Well, it looks like Kyle Cohen, the blue jersey's winning today. Kyle Cohen in the one, Juan in that two. Brent in that Saturday gate ride. 4650 cruiser. Grady, Casey, and Tommy P. Grady out front in the one. Casey and Tommy P. Side by side down that second straightaway, but Grady out front in the one. Coming around that second turn. Oh, Tommy P making a move. Casey on the inside right next turn. Grady, Casey, Tommy P. Looks like Grady out front in the one. Tommy P high-lowing and taking over that two. Grady, Tommy, and Casey. 5660 cruiser. Leslie, Eric, and Magic Mike. Magic Mike making a move. Taking it over from Leslie, shutting him down. Shoved Leslie into the pro set almost. But Magic out front in the one. Leslie in that two. Eric in the three. Oh, now Leslie coming back, taking it back. Leslie in that one. Magic left it open. Leslie, Magic, and Eric. 1, 2, 3. 6 novice. Bjorn, Axel, Kai, and Gio coming around that SeaTac turn. That is. Not sure who's out front. That's Gio in the 4. That looks like Kai out front in the 1. Coming into that second turn. Kai out front. Bjorn, Axel, and Gio taking over that 3. But it looks like Kai out front. Bjorn in that 2, Gio taking over that 3, and Axel in the 4. But coming around that last turn, that Lincoln Park BMX jersey in the 1. Kai out front. Kai, Bjorn. Oh, Gio trying to make a push up for the 2. Trying to take it over. Gio coming by. Gio gonna take over the 2, Bjorn and Axel. 8 novice, Chris, right, and Dylan. It looks like the Gold Cup 2 right out front in the 1. Dylan in that 2 and Chris in a 3. Coming around that last turn though, right out front. Holding off the Sabre boys. Gold Cup number 2 in that 1. It looks like Riot, Dylan, and Chris. 11 novice, Holden, Alana, and Marco. Holden out front in the 1, Alana in that 2, Marco in that 3. Going into that second turn. It looks like Holden Young out front in the 1. Going through that rim section, Alana in the 2, Marco getting some air in that 3. Coming around that last turn though, Holden out front in the 1. Oh, a little air on that tabletop. Holden gonna get the 1. Alana trying to hold off Marco. Alana and Marco, 2 and 3. 46-50 novice, Mark, Michael, Nicholas, and Bobby Hull. That looks like, I believe that's Mark out front. Now it's Armbruster in the 2. Coming around that second turn. Looks like Mark out front in the 1, Armbruster in the 2. Nicholas in that 3, and Bobby in the 4. Coming around that last turn though, Mark holding on to that 1, Armbruster in that 2. Mark gonna get the 1, Armbruster the 2. Nicholas and Bobby, 3 and 4. 5 and under intermediate, Weston, Tice, and Eli. Tice coming out hot in that 1. In the 1, Weston in the 2, brand new intermediate in 2. And Eli in that 3, but Tice leading around in the 1. Weston and Eli chasing him down, but Tice going into that last turn out front in the 1. Tice, Weston, and Eli. Around that last turn, it looks like Tice gonna lead it, start to finish in the 1. Tice, Weston, and Eli aired it out in 3. It looks like, oh, Whitaker making a move, but J-Dog's trying to hold him off.
You better get on the pedals, Julian.
Whitaker taking it over. J-Dog in that 2, Brody and Jack. But it looks like Whitaker in the 1 going into that last turn. J-Dog in the 2, Bike Master 1 and 2, SeaTac and Psychotherapy. But it looks like Whitaker going to get the 1, J-Dog the 2, Brody the 3, Jack the 4. Miles Gates out front in the 1, coming down that second straightaway. Miles Gate, Gold Cup number 2 in the 1, Ollie in the 2, and Jalen in that 3. We're coming around that last turn, Bob leading it around. See if he gets some air on the tabletop. Miles Gates in the 1, airing it out in the 1, Ollie airing it out. Jalen, also a little bit of air in that 3. 10 intermediate, Eli, Jackson, Easton, Haley, and Connor. It looks like Jackson out front in the 1, Eli in the 2. Hurricane, Haley, oh, Connor making a move, taking over the 3. Oh, sliding out. They both go down. Gonna check out on them, but Jackson in the 1, Eli in the 2. Oh, Connor got some crooked bars. Came in a little hot in that turn. But it looks like Jackson and Eli. Hurricane Haley gonna get 3. Give it up for those 2 going down. All right, 12 intermediate, James out front in the 1. Leading around with Diablos in that 2. James, Ben. Leading it 1 and 2. James though, airing it out in that 1. Oh, making a move. Axton taking it over in that 2. Axton, Ben, North, and Connor. 3640 intermediate, all the bike master moto. Dustin, Kyle, and Marlon. Marlon in the one. They're all tight, three battling. Marlon, Kyle, and Dustin. Three different age groups all battling. Marlon out front, peeking back. The Gold Cup champ in the one. Trying to hold off Kyle. Marlon, Kyle, and Dustin. 1, 2, and 3. Coming around that last ball. Kyle making a move. Push that last straightaway. Marlon, Kyle, and Dustin. 1, 2, 3. Ladies league time. 8-girl expert. Ellie, Gia, Lila, and Lily. Oh, Lila making a move, taking it over. Going underneath, making a good move. But Gia, side by side. Oh, they're battling. Gia taking it over. Lila was battling, though. Hold on to it. Lily in the 2. Ellie in the 3. It looks like give it up for Lila. She was battling for that one. Getting up, but it looks like Baby Shark gonna get the one, but Lily making a push.
Let's go, Lily.
Gia, Lily, Ellie, and Lila. Gonna check out on her. They're battling in the second segment. All right, Tennyson McKee out front in the 1. 10-10, the world champion leading it around. Luna Plata in the 2, the world number 2. Ireland in that 3, and this is back in that 4. It looks like 10-10 leading it around, but Luna right on her in that 2, Ireland in the 3, and Elizabeth in that 4. Coming around that last turn, though, it looks like 10-10 gonna lead it start to finish. Luna, Ireland making a push. Luna, Ireland, and Elizabeth. 10-girl experts still in Ladies League. Nova, Eleanor, and Maddie. Eleanor leading it around. Maddie in the 2. And Nova in the 3. It looks like national number 83, Eleanor Christensen in the 1. Mag number 7, national age group number 7. Maddie in the 2. And Nova, the district champ, in the 3. And finish, Eleanor, Maddie, and Nova. 12-girl expert. Katie, Brooklyn, Isabella, and Peyton. Little P out front in the 1. Coming down that second straightaway. Brooklyn in the 2. Katie in that 3. Isabella in the 4. Coming around that second turn. Looks like McGinley out front in the 1. Coming around that last turn. Little P gonna lead start to finish. National age group 14 in the 1. National 11. McClure and Azos. Boy, expert time, so balance bikes start getting ready. Got a couple more motos before balance bikes start getting ready for the second round. But Leo out front in the 1, War Dog in the 2, Arnie, Caleb, and Grover.
Yeah, I'm filmer now.
Out front in the 1, Tanaka's leading it around.
Starts next week.
Yeah.
National age group number 8, Leo Tanaka's in the 1, Mag 14 in the 2, Arnie, Caleb, and Grover. 10, expert, Major, Kobe, and Jackson. Major with a hot lap out front in the 1. The corn dog chasing him down in the 2. Kobe in that 3. Coming around that second end. Major, Matson, but Jackson right on him in the 2. These two are battling intermediate, now battling an expert. Major out front in the 1. Jackson in the 2. Kobe in the 3. So it looks like Major going to hold on to it with a hot lap in the 1. Jackson in 2. Kobe in 3. 11, expert, Axel, Brody, Ryder, Nick, Tyson, and Jason. Axel out front in the 1. Jason in that 2. Downey in the 3. Coming around that second turn, though, Axel Anderson out front in the 1. Josh, coming by on the inside, taking over the 1. Oh, Axel back on the inside, throwing elbows. Axel 1, Jason in that 2. Downey in that 3. LaSalle, Downey, and Tyson. Fishbaugh out front in the 1, 12 expert. Jet Fishbaugh, Colton, Marco, Bo, Easton, and LaSalle. But it looks like Jet Fishbaugh out front in the 1, simultaneous racing into that last turn. Looks like we're going to have Jet, Colton, Bo, Marco, Easton, and Cameron. 13 expert, the world champion out front in the 1, Ryan Christensen leading it around. Wyatt out front in the 1. The Gunner in that 2. Oscar in the 3. Going to that rim section though. Wyatt out front in the 1. Gunner. Oh, looks like Ava battling with the boys. It looks like Wyatt going to get the 1. Gunner getting the 2. Oscar aired it out in the 3. 14 expert. Jace, Raddick, O'Brien, and Kenzie. But it looks like Jace fishball. Oh, Raddick. Oh, Kenzie forced the second and 1 turn, making a move. Jace out front. Raddick 2, Kenzie 3. The Hunter in the 4. But Jace out front. Raddick, Kenzie the move. And the Hunter in the 4. 15 expert, Hudson, D'Amico, Joseph, Davian. It looks like Joseph Height out front in the 1. Oh, Damian. D'Amico going from 4th to 2nd. Oh, Damian making some moves too. Joseph, D'Amico, Damian, and Hudson. But it looks like Joseph's going to get the 1. And Damian. 1740 expert, Jim, Jasper, Peyton, Megan, and Anthony. Aldendorf out front in the 1, taking the big side. Jasper out front in the 1, Jim in the 2. Peyton, Blaine, Anthony, and Megan. Well, it looks like Jasper out front in the 1, Jim in that 2. Coming around that last turn, Aldendorf gonna get the 1. Gersick gonna get the 2. Howard gonna get the 3. Anthony and Megan. So this group is the only one that has transferred to the main. This group right here is 720 experts. So that last moto, Jasper and Jim go to the main. This moto, Hudson and Double D out front in the 1. Top 2 go to the main. Hudson, Dylan, Jackson, Ben, and Angel. So Hudson and Double D going straight to the main event. Every other moto has total points. 41-45 expert. Mark, Dom, and Jesse. Dom out front in the 1. Circa leading it around. Burkheiser in that 2. Barry in the 3. Looks like Circa out front. State champ out front in the 1. Burkheiser in the 2. Barry in the 3. Last moto in the gate. So bounce lights start getting ready. Last moto is first down in the gate. Circa the 1. Burkheiser 2. Barry the 3. Last moto first round. Saban, Merrick, Sanders, Payne, it looks like. Saban out front in the 1. Oh, Scooter, 3rd to 1st in the SeaTac turn, taking it over. Scooter in the 1, Sanders, Saban, and Payne. It looks like Scooter trying to hold him off in the 1. Scooter, Leslie, Jeremy, and Tommy P. But Scooter, oh, Leslie coming in, can't make it happen, but it looks like Scooter airing it out in the 1. Leslie making a push. Scooter, Leslie, Saban, and Tommy P. All right, they're off. Dexter and Valeria still battling. Valeria on the pedal bike in the 1. Dexter in the 2. Crew, Jace, and Sawyer coming through that 3rd straightaway. Valeria out front. Dexter in the 2. If you have a kid under 5, not quite ready to start for the big hill, bring them out. You get that Bounce Like membership. They race for free at SeaTac till they go up to novice. But it looks like Valeria in the 1, Dexter in that 2. But Valeria out front in the 1. Dexter and Crew battling side by side down this last straightaway. Valeria in the 1, Dexter, Spender Power taking the 2. Crew, Jace, and Sawyer. Again, Chris, double check the photo. And make sure you're 8 Cruiser, Caleb, Eli, and Will coming around that SeaTac turn. It looks like we've got Caleb Berry out front. Oh, Cromer making a move underneath. Taking it over, Caleb going outside, side by side. Looks like Caleb Berry in the 1. Coming around that turn, Cromer in the 2, and Eli in the 3. Goes that rim section, Berry out front in the 1. Coming around, it looks like Caleb Berry and Cromer battling down last straightaway. Caleb Berry going to get the 1, Cromer the 2. Eli Berry going to give us a little air in the 3. Going to finish off 8 cruisers. 15 cruiser, Nitro Dizzle, Bo and Marco. Ponk racing 1 and 3 with Marco in the 2. But it looks like Nitro Dizzle out front in the 1. That Jumpman in the rhythm looking smooth. Nitro Dizzle out front, Marco in that 2, Bo in the 3. So it looks like that's how we're gonna finish. 17-20 cruiser, Jackson, Oscar, Blaine, and Cameron. Crazy Legs, Bill, district champ out front in the 1. Oh, Blaine going underneath Oscar. Oscar holding them off. Coming around that last turn, looks like Jackson Bill out front in the 1. Oscar in that 2. Jackson, Oscar, Blaine, and Cameron. 41-45 cruiser, Brett, Jesse, Kyle, Kat, and Juan. Kyle Cohen out front in the 1. The battle is Cycle Therapy jerseys 1 and 2. Juan in that 3. Saber Race and the Berries 4 and 5. But it looks like Cohen out front in the 1. Cohen out front in the 1. Leading it around. Kyle Cohen. Brett in that 2. Juan 3. Kat and Jesse. 46-50 cruiser, Grady, Casey, and Tommy P. Grady leading it around again. State number 2 leading around in the 1. Tommy P in that 2. Casey in that 3. Coming around, looks like Grady, Tommy P, and Casey 1, 2, and 3. Going into that last turn though, Grady Howard leading it around in the 1. Looks like Grady airing it out in the 1. Tommy the 2, Casey the 3. 56-60 cruiser, Leslie, Eric, and Magic Mike. Leslie getting way ahead this time, not letting Magic make that move. Oh, he's still trying, going for it, but not quite enough, that one. Leslie in the 1, Magic Mike 2, Eric Aldendorf in that 3. Looks like the district champ out front in the 1, Leslie Sanders, Daylight Racing, Bike Master in that 2, Aldendorf in the 3. Coming around that last straightaway, looks like Leslie Sanders going to get the 1, Magic Mike the 2, Altendorf the 3. 6 novice, Bjorn, Axel, Kai, and Gio. Coming into that SeaTac turn, that's Kai out front again. Bjorn battling with Axel and Gio back in the 4. Gio came back last time and almost got second, but it looks like Kai out front in the 1, leading it around. Kai in the 1 coming down this intersection. Bjorn trying to hold off Gio. Gio up into the 3. Axel in the 4. But it looks like Kai out front. Gio taking over that 2. Going from 4th to 2nd.
Kai, finish it up, buddy.
But Kai out front in the 1. Gio in that 2. Bjorn in that 3. Axel in the 4. It looks like that's how we're going to finish. 8 novice. Kyle, Riot, Dylan. Oh, it looks like Riot making a move, taking over that 1. Riot versus the Saber Boys, but Riot out front in the 1. Riot Wood, Gold Cup number 2. I believe that is Dylan in the 2, Chris in the 3. Goes out intersection, Riot Wood out in that 1, trying to hold off the 2 Saber Boys in that last turn. Riot Wood in the 1. Coming down the last straightaway, Riot in the 1. Dylan in the 2, Chris in the 3. 11 novice holding Alana and Marco. Oh, Alana out front in the 1 on Thursday, trying to keep it going. Side by side though with Holden. Holden taking it over. Holden, Alana, and Marco going into that intersection. Holden out front in the 1. Going into that last straightaway. Holden has enough bracelets on his helmet. He'll never get turned away in staging. Holden in the 1. Oh, Marco coming by for the 2. Holden, Marco, and Alana. 1, 2, 3. 46-50 novice, Mark, Armbruster, Smith, and Hole. It looks like Gernling out front in the 1. Armbruster in that 2. Smith and Hull. Looks like Mark leading it around that last turn in the 1, but Armbruster trying to make a push. It looks like Mark going to get the 1, Armbruster the 2. Nicholas Smith and Bobby Hull. 5 and under intermediate. Tice coming out hot again in that 1. Tice leading it around. Weston in that 2. Eli in the 3. Coming down that second turn. Tice leading it around.
Keep going, Wes.
Go,
Keep
Wes.
going, Wes.
Pulling away a little bit. Tice in the 1. Weston in the 2. Eli in the 3. Going into that last turn though. Tice out front. Tice. Oh, with a little bit of air in the 1. Tice gonna get the 1. Weston gonna get the 2. Eli with some air in a 1-footer in the 3. Whitaker, J-Dog, Jack, and Brody coming down that second straightaway. Whitaker out front in the 1 though. Trying to hold off J-Dog. The Bike Master boys showing him around in the 1. Whitaker in the 1. J-Dog in the 2. Jack 3. And Brody in the 4. Brody, a few years back on these guys, but right with them in that 4. But it looks like Whitaker going to get the 1. J-Dog the 2. Jack and Brody. Miles Gates with that whole shot out front in the 1. Ollie in the 2. Jalen in the 3. But Bob leading him around in the 1. In that second turn, Gold Cup number 2 leading around. Miles Gates in the 1. Ollie in the 2, brand new intermediate. Doing pretty good in that 2. Jalen in the 3. Coming around that last turn though, it looks like Miles Gates in that 1. Ollie airing it out in the 2 and Jalen in the 3. 10 intermediate. Eli, Jackson, Easton, Haley, and Connor. It looks like that is Easton out front in the 1. Easton leading it around. Easton, Eli, Jackson. Oh, Connor and Haley battling it out. Connor's back up after going down last round. But it looks like Easton Anderson out front in the 1. Saber Racing leading it. Easton out front, airing it out in the 1. Eli in that 2. Jackson, Connor, and Hurricane Haley. 12 intermediate. Connor, Axton, North, Ben, and James. James looking smooth, man, on that step up in the 1. James leading around. North up into the 2 this round. Ben in that 3. Top 3 going into that rim section. It looks like James out front in the 1. North in the 2. Oh, Ben making a move, taking over that 2. James, Ben, and North battling out. Ben, North, Axton, and Connor. 36-40 intermediate, the Bike Master Moto. Marlon, Kyle, and Justin into that second turn. Marlon Gates, the Gold Cup champ, out front in the 1. Kyle in that 2, Justin in that 3. Around that last turn though, Gates trying to hold off Kyle. Marlon Gates gonna get the 1, Kyle the 2, and Justin the 3. Ladies League time, Eli, Gia, Lila, and Lily. These 2 battled last round. Gia holding on to it, Lila in the 2, Lily and Ellie. Looks like Baby Shark out front in the 1. Cherry Bomb in the 2. Lily Diamond in the 3. Ellie in the 4. It looks like Gia out front in the 1. Lila chasing her down in the 2. Lily and Ellie coming around the last turn. LaSalle out front. Lila trying to make a push though. Gia, Lila, Lily, and Ellie. Nine girl experts, Tennyson, Ireland, Luna, and Elizabeth. Looks like 10-10 McKee out front in the 1, the world champ, leading it around. The world number 2 in the 2, Luna in the 3, and Elizabeth in that 4. Coming around that last turn, McKee in the 1. Looks like Tennyson gonna get the 1, Ireland the 2, Luna the 3, and Elizabeth the 4. 10 girl expert, Nova, Eleanor, Maddie. Eleanor out front in the 1, Maddie in that 2, Nova in the 3. Coming around that second straightaway, Eleanor Christensen leading around in the 1. Eleanor in the 1, Maddie in the 2, Nova in the 3. Coming into that last turn though, Christensen, Full Tilt Racing out front in the 1. SeaTac Development Team in the 2. Looks like Eleanor gonna get the 1. Maddie the 2, Nova the 3. 12 Girl Expert. The Queen Bee, Big Trouble Pinky and Little P. Little P out front in the 1. Trying to hold off Brooklyn. Peyton McGinley out front in the 1. Brooklyn in the 2. Katie in the 3 and Isabella in the 4. The Little P out front going into that last turn. Peyton McGinley out front in the 1. Gonna get the 1. Peyton, Brooklyn, Katie, and Isabella. Oh, War Dog with a whole shot of Leo coming around on the outside. Leo Tanakis in the 1. Arnie taking it over the 2 from War Dog. Looks like Leo, Arnie, War Dog, Caleb, and Will. Coming around the same time with Leo pulling away a little bit, but Arnie trying to hold him off in the 2. Leo, Arnie, War Dog battling side by side. War Dog taking over the 2. Leo out front in the 1. War Dog gonna get the 2. Leo, Caleb, and Will. Good race in that moto. Ken Expert, Major, Kobe, and Jackson. Major, Madsen out front in the 1, going fast. Whoa! Pulling a 1-footer, kept it going though. Oh man. We'll get him checked out. Pedaling so fast, his chain fell off. We'll get him checked out though. Corn Dog out front in the 1. Kobe gonna get the 2. And we'll check out on Major.
Good job, Major!
All right, 11 Expert, big group here. Axel with Bakerview with a little nosedive over that first jump, but Axel Anderson out front in the 1, leading it around. Good to see him back out on the track. Axel in that 1. Downey and Doss battling for that 2. Axel out front in the 1. Downey 2, Doss 3, Downey, Howard, and LaSalle. But it looks like Anderson out front in the 1. Axel aired it out, looking smooth. Axel, Downey, Doss, Downey. Oh, Howard making a push. Oh, and LaSalle. Jet Fishbot out front in the 1. 12 Expert, Easton, Colton, Cameron, Bo, Marco, and Jet. Jet Fishbot out front in the 1. Leading around. Colton, nag number 14 in the 2. Marco, Bo, Easton, and Cameron. Coming around that last turn though, it looks like Jet Fishball gonna get the 1. Colton Hackett in the 2. Nard Dog in the 2. Marco, Bo, Easton, and Cameron. 13 Expert. Ethan, Ava, Graham, Wyatt, Gunner, Cooper. World champion out front in the 1. Wyatt Christensen leading it around. The world number 1. Showing them how it's done. Coming around that last turn. It looks like Downey in that 2. Azos in the 3. There. Beck and Fulton. 14 Expert, Kenzie. The Hunter in the 2, holding off, trying to hold off Kenzie and Raddick. With Jace Fishbaugh back from Arizona out front in the 1. Raddick going, oh, Kenzie making moves again. It looks like Jace out front in the 1. Circa making the Circa moves in the 2. Kenzie 3, the Hunter in the 4. It looks like Jace going to get the 1, Raddick the 2. Kenzie 3. 15 Expert, Hudson, D'Amico, Joseph, Damien. Oh, it looks like Joseph. Something happened out of the gate on him, but he's coming back hot. See how much he can pull. Damien Como off the bid bike out front in the 1. Como in the 1. Oh, LeClaire and Johnson battling height, trying to make up some room, but Como out front in the 1 into that last turn. Damien Como, D'Amico Johnson side by side. It looks like Como gonna get the 1. Height battled back from 4. Sammy 28 for two groups. Top two will go to the band. Next two groups are transfer. Peyton, Anthony, and Megan. Looks like Peyton, it was her birthday, leading it out front in the one. Peyton Howard leading it around, showing them how it's done. Anthony in a two, Megan in a three. Coming around that second turn though, Peyton Howard, Gold Cup number 2. Looking to make the main event. Anthony 2, Megan 3. But it keeps this way. It looks like Peyton and Anthony get the 2 transfer spots. Peyton, Anthony, and Megan. All right, Angel, Jackson, and Ben, top 2 going to the main event. Angel out front in the 1, Jackson district champion in the 2, Ben LaSalle in the 3, top 2 to the main event. Looks like Angel in the 1, Jackson in the 2, Ben LaSalle in the 3, Angel and Jackson to the main event. 41-45 expert, Mark, Dom, and Jesse. Circa out front in the 1. Burkheiser in the 2, Barry in the 3. Coming down that second straightaway, Dom Circa. Riptide Racing out front in the 1. FD Racing, Sabre Racing 2 and 3. But it looks like Dom Circa out front in the 1. Coming around that last turn, Circa, Burkheiser, and Barry. 1, 2, and 3. Last moto of second round. David, Merrick, Sanders, Payne. Looks like Jeremy Saban with the whole shot. Sanders with the 2. Scooter, oh, trying to make 3 wide around that turn. Scooter made it happen again, but Saban coming back around. Saban in that 1. Scooter 2, Leslie and Tommy P. Scooter making moves in that first turn. But looks like Saban out front in the 1. Scooter 2, Leslie 3, Tommy P in the 4. That's how we're going to finish. Saban, Merrick, Sanders, and Payne. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back. 10-minute break, and we'll be back. Catch him in that 2. Eli Berry in the 3. Oh, Cromer making a move on the inside. Shutting down Caleb. Will Cromer in the 1. Caleb Berry in the 2. Eli Berry in the 3. Coming on that second turn though. Cromer out front trying to hold off Caleb. Caleb making a push through the rim section. Cromer, Berry side by side. Berry taking it back over. But Will high low it down last straightaway. Caleb Berry going to get the 1. Will Cromer the 2 with a good race and good moves. And
No.
8 Cruiser, Caleb, Eli, or no, 50 Cruiser, Jamie, Bo, Marco, Nitro, Dizzle, Punk Racing out front in the 1. Marco in the 2, Bo in the 3. Coming down that second straightaway. Looks like Nitro, Dizzle out front in the 1. Marco, Bo, 2 and 3. Coming through that rim section. Nitro Dizzle, though, out front in the 1. Marco, Bo, side by side into that last turn. But it looks like Jamie Hall's Nitro Dizzle going to get the 1. Oh, Bo making a push. Oh, might have got it. Jacksonville out front in the 1. Jackson, Oscar, Blaine, and Cameron going into that third straightaway. It looks like Jackson going to get the 1, Oscar the 2, Blaine the 3, and Cameron the 4. Kyle Cohen out front in the 1. Brent, Juan, and the Berries. But it looks like Kyle Cohen out front in the 1. The blue jersey is going to win today. Kyle Cohen in the 1. Juan coming in hot in the 2 though. Kyle, Juan, Brent, Kat, and Jesse. Oh, looks like Grady changed his outfit during break. The man in white came back in black. Grady Howard out front in the 1, Tommy P in the 2, Casey in the 3. But Grady out front in the 1, coming into the rim section with his main event outfit in the 1. Grady in the 1, Tommy P 2, and Casey. Oh, Grady got some air. Grady, Tommy P, and Casey. Oh, Casey gonna get 2. 5660 Cruiser, Leslie, Eric, and Michael. Looks like Sanders out front in the 1, Magic Mike in the 2, Altendorf in the 3, Leslie, the district champ, out front in the 1, Gervin in the 2, and Altendorf in the 3. Well, Leslie Sanders out front. Leslie Sanders in the 1, Magic Mike in the 2, and Altendorf in the 3. It looks like Kai out front in the 1. Oh, Axel with a little 1-footer over that first jump, but kept it going. Kai out front in the 1. Bjorn taking over the 2. Axel 3. Gio in the 4. Gio's been catching up though. Every moto going from 4th to 2nd. Well, it looks like Kai out front in the 1. Gio side by side. Coming into that second turn, Bjorn in the 2, Gio 3, and Axel 4. But Kai out front in the 1, Lincoln Park BMX jersey leading it around in the 1. Kai in the 1. Looks like it's how he's going to finish. Kai going to get the 1. Gio in the 2, trying to hold off Bjorn. Kai, Gio, Bjorn, and Axel. 8 novice, Chris, Wright, Dylan. It looks like we've got Dylan out front this round, Riot in the 2, Chris in the 3. Coming around that second turn, it looks like Dylan out front in the 1, Riot. But Riot's got 2 firsts. And because he's got 2 firsts, it looks like he's still gonna get it. Dylan can get the 1, but even though Riot got the 2nd, gets 1st overall, Brian Wood moves up to intermediate today with that win today. Give it up to Ryan Wood as we get him and his family down to the finish line. Ryan Wood and family to the finish line. It looks like Holden, Alana, and Marco. Holden taking it over into that second turn. Holden, Alana, and Marco through that rim section, though. Holden out front, trying to go for the clean sweep today. Holden in the 1, Alana 2, Marco in the 3. Holden Young gonna get the 1. Alana the 2. Marco making a push. Holden, Alana, and Marco. Again, if we can get Riot Wood and his family down to the finish line. 4650 novice, Mark, Michael, Nicholas, Bobby. Mark out front in the 1. Leading around. Oh, looks like we got Nicholas up in the 2. This time, Mark, Nicholas Armbruster. Side by side. Looks like Mark out front in the 1. Mark, Armbruster, Nicholas, and Holt. 5 and under, intermediate. Weston, Tice, and Eli. Looks like Tice way out front again, going for that clean sweep. Tice in the 1, been leading all day, keeping it going.
Let's go, Wes! Good job, Wes!
Coming around, Tice
Yeah!
in the 1, Weston in the 2, and Eli in the 3. Coming around that last turn though, Tice leading it around all 3 laps. Clean sweep in the 1, Tice in the 1, gonna get it done. Tice in the 1, Weston in the 2, and Eli. Oh, Eli aired it out in the 3.
Fun racing.
I love it.
8 intermediate, these guys been battling all day. Wyatt, or Whitaker out front in the 1. Whitaker, J-Dog, Mike Master Boys 1 and 2. Jack in the 3, and Brody in the 4. But Whitaker and J-Dog battling out that 1 and 2.
Recorded every main or every
Whitaker
race?
out front, J-Dog in the
Are you
2.
gonna post it?
Yeah.
Jack and Brody battling. So it looks like Whitaker
Just on my page.
goes the one with J-Dog making a push
I'll
down last
title it,
straightaway.
like,
Whitaker, J-Dog, Jack and Brody.
Great idea.
I just want, I mean, thinking about it, like all these kids and all these, you can, I got all your high lows.
Nine
And you and
Oh my God,
Yeah,
you're my
yeah,
new
Miles.
favorite YouTuber.
Yeah, there we go.
Lane Van Ogle, YouTube master.
There you go.
All right, Miles Gates out front in the 1. Bob leading it around. Gold Cup number 2. Molly in the 2 and Jalen in the 3. Coming to that third straightaway. Miles Gates out front in the 1. Miles Gates in the 1. Ollie in the 2. And Jalen in the 3. That's how we're going to finish. 4, 9 intermediate, 10 intermediate. Eli, Jackson, Easton, Haley, and Connor. Easton out front in the 1, Jackson in that 2, Eli 3, Connor and Hurricane, Haley. But Easton Anderson out front in the 1. Easton in the 1, Jackson 2, Eli 3, Connor and Haley 4 and 5. Jamie Stenson to the finish line. Jamie Stenson finish line. Easton Anderson airing it out in the 1. Easton, Jackson, Connor up to the 3, Eli and Hurricane Haley. All right, Gary. Hey, can you hold the gate after this one? James out front in the 1. James 10, 1 and 2. Leading around James Ben. Axton. Oh, North taking over Axton taking it back. But James gonna get the 1, 10 and 2. Axton 3, North the 4, and Connor the 5. All right, give it up for Riot Wood. Turning intermediate today with his 10th win. Riot Wood moving up. All right, looks like the Bike Master Moto again. Marlon, Kyle, and Dustin. Same as it has been, but Kyle's trying to make a push to get Marlon. Marlon, Kyle, and Dustin chasing him down in the 3. Coming down last third. Marlon Gates in the 1. Kyle though pushing down last straightaway. Marlon, Kyle, the Gold Cup champ. They're holding on. Time for Ladies League. Ellie, Gia, Marla, and Lily going into that SeaTac turn. Baby Shark out front in the 1. Oh, Lila making that move again. Just like she did first round, taking it over. Lila, Gia, Lily, and Ellie side by side in that second turn. Lily's back down. Lila holding on to it. Gia in that 2. Lily and Ellie, good racing. Gia in that 1. Lila making a move again. Every turn making moves. But Gia holding them off. Gia, Lila, Lily, and Ellie. 10-10 out front in the 1. World champ, World 2, 1 and 2. Tennyson McKee in the 1. Ireland in that 2. Luna and
Let's go, Lily!
But it looks like McKee out front in the 1. McGinley in that 2. Around that last turn, Tennyson McKee out front in the 1. Tennyson McKee in the 1. Ireland 2. Luna 3. And Elizabeth in the 4. Eleanor, Nova, and Maddie. Eleanor in the 1. Nova in the 2. Maddie in the 3. Down the second straightaway. Eleanor Christensen out front in the 1. Maddie in that 2. Eleanor, Maddie trying to get around Nova. Eleanor in the 1. Nova holding her off. Eleanor, Nova, Maddie. Oh, drag race down the last straightaway. Eleanor in the 1. Nova, Maddie gonna get it. Eleanor, Maddie, Nova, good racing. Lil P, Brooklyn.
Go, Brooklyn!
We got the Queen Bee, Big Trouble, Pinky, and Lil P in this moto. Lil P out front in the
Brooklyn.
one.
How do
Big
I
Trouble
PJ?
in the
Go
two.
easy.
Queen Bee 3 and Pinky in the 4. But McGinley out front in the 1. Lil P leading around. Coming around that last turn. National age group 14 in the 1. National age group 11 in the 2. Queen Bee and Pinky. 8 expert Caleb, Will, Arnie, Warren, and Leo. But it looks like Leo pulling away out front in the 1. War Dog.
Come on, War Dog!
Arnie in the 3. Caleb and Cromer battling again, just like they were in Cruiser. But it looks like Leo pulling away out front in the 1 to Nakis. In the 1, War Dog in the 2. Arnie making some moves in that 3, trying to hold off Barry. Looks like it's going to be Leo, War Dog, Arnie, Caleb, and Will. 10 expert, the Corn Dog out front in the 1. Major back up after blowing a chain last round. Jackson out front in the 1. Major coming around that last turn though. Jackson out front looking fast. The Corn Dog in the 1. Milano in the 1. Masson 2 and Camuso in the 3. Oh, it looks like Jackson with Manuel out front in the 1. Major with Manuel in the 2. And Kobe is getting the 3. Levy, Expert, Axel, Jason, drag race down the first straight. Got a pump lap going. Axel in the 1, Doss in the 2, Downey, LaSalle, and Howard coming around the second turn. Anderson in the 1, Doss in the 2. Coming through that rim section though. Anderson out front in the 1, Doss 2, Downey, LaSalle, Downey, and Howard. Looks like it's how we're gonna finish. Axel gonna get the 1, Doss gonna get the 2. Downey, LaSalle making a push, coming off straightaway. LaSalle got it, we got a pedal. Looks like you got another pump lap. Hackett out front in the 1, Fishbot in the 2. Swigar in the 3, but Colton and Fishbot side by side through that second straightaway. Oh, Fishbot taking it over. Colton yelling at him down the second straightaway. Fishbot, Hackett, Swigar, and Quezada battling out. And then we got Cameron and Easton coming on last turn though. Looks like Fishbot gonna get the 1, Colton the 2, Bo the 3, Marco 4, Cameron and Easton. 13 expert, Ethan, Ava, Graham, Wyatt, Gunner, and Cooper. Looks like the world champ though out front around that SeaTac turn. Wyatt Christensen in the 1, Downey in the 2, Asa in the 3.
We want big
Oh, Wyatt aired it out into that second turn. That's why he's the world champ. Wyatt Christensen in the 1, Downey in the 2, Asa, Speck, Liram, and Fulton coming around that last turn. It looks like Wyatt, the world champ, gonna get the 1. Downey. Asa,
Laying
Speck,
down.
Liram,
Awesome. Alright, ready? Julian's saving our spot. Check.
Jace Fishball with that hole shot. The Hunter in the 2, holding off Raddick. Kenzie making a move again. Underneath, making moves for the boys all day. Jace Fishball out front in the 1, Raddick up in the 2. The Hunter in the 3, Kenzie making moves. That second turn's been hers all day. Jace out front in the 1, Raddick 2, Kenzie 3, and the Hunter in the 4. Well, looks like Fishball gonna get the 1. Raddick the 2.
Yo, hunt it! I hunt it! What is Josh doing? That's not hunting.
Como battling out, oh, shutting down D'Amico into that first turn. Damian Como in the 1, Hudson in the 2. But Hudson knows how to ride a turn, so watch him in that 2. D'Amico trying to hold off height, but it looks like Damian Como out front in the 1. Getting used to the little bike again in the 1. Como, Hudson, D'Amico,
You got
and
this!
Joseph.
Go,
Joseph in the 3, 17-20, the big group. Hudson out front in the 1. Davey, Dylan, double Hudson, Jasper, double D, Jackson, Jim, Anthony. So it looks like, oh, Jasper trying to come by on the outside. Almost goes off the track.
Oh!
Jasper, double D.
Yeah, come on, old guys!
45 expert Mark, Dom, and Jesse. Circa
Yeah,
out front in the
smooth
one.
Circa!
Dom Circa out front, leading it in the one. Burkheiser 2, Barry in the 3. Coming around that second, straight away into that second turn. Circa in the 1. Circa, Burkheiser, and Barry, 1, 2, and 3. Well, looks like Circa going to get the 1 all 3 rounds. The state champ going to get the 1. Circa, Burkheiser, and Barry. These guys been battling all day. Saban, Sanders,
extreme high-low.
Merrick, and Payne.
Oh, no,
Sanders with the move that time. Merrick couldn't make it work that one. But it looks like Saban out front in the 1. Sanders 2, Merrick 3. Tommy P. Scooter. Doing the second turn move this time.
Perfect.
Saban in the 1. Scooter, Sanders, and Tommy P. Oh, trying to make a move in all turns. Saban holding them off though. Saban gonna get the 1. Scooter the 2. Tommy P. and Leslie. Thank you all for coming out.